In today's story we uncover a tragic case of postcode rivalries, a 33-second attack and 2 innocent lives lost. What started as a quiet night on January 27, 2024 escalated into a deadly and tragic case of mistaken identity, ending in the murders of teenagers Mason Rist and Max Dixon. This is the story of a postcode feud turned fatal, and its devastating aftermath. South Bristol has long been marked by postcode rivalries. These invisible territorial lines divided communities, creating tensions that frequently escalated into violence. Hartcliffe and Knowle West, 2 neighbouring districts, were at the heart of this conflict. For months, one family in Hartcliffe, the Westcotts, had been targeted repeatedly. Their home, a modest semi-detached house, was attacked 3 times in just as many months. On the evening of January 27, 2024, masked individuals stormed the Westcott property, hurling bricks through windows, leaving the house exposed to the cold night air. Inside, Cody Westcott, 16, and his mother braced themselves against the chaos. Cody's mother sustained minor injuries. When 22-year-old Bailey Westcott returned home shortly after, he was enraged. Determined to retaliate, Bailey began contacting friends and family. Among those he called was 45-year-old Anthony Snook, a known associate with a reputation for escalating disputes. That night, plans for retaliation were set into motion. Later that night, Snook drove 4 teenagers, Cody Westcott 17, Riley Tolliver 18, and 2 unnamed boys aged 15 and 16 in a white Audi Q2 to the Knowle West area. Armed with machetes and a baseball bat, the group sought out the individuals they believed had attacked the Westcott home, but they were wrong. Around 11:15 PM, the group spotted Max Dixon walking alone on Ilminster Avenue. Max was on his way to meet his friend Mason Rist. The boys were laughing and chatting, unaware of the danger. Snook circled the car back and stopped when Mason joined Max. Mistaking the 2 boys for the attackers, the group exited the vehicle and began chasing them. Mason and Max split up, running in opposite directions. CCTV footage captured the frantic chase. Mason ran toward his home, but he was caught near his driveway by one of the teenagers and struck with a machete. Seconds later, Cody Westcott returned and delivered another blow. Meanwhile, Max was pursued by Riley Tolliver and the other teenagers. He collapsed a short distance away after being fatally stabbed. The entire attack lasted just 33 seconds, but its consequences would reverberate forever. Following the attack, the group returned to Hartcliffe. Cody and one of the teenagers carried the weapons into the house, while Bailey and his friend Jamie Ogborn attempted to destroy evidence. In the back garden, they burned the clothing worn during the attack and tried to clean the weapons. Their efforts were rushed, leaving behind charred remains and incriminating items. The following day, investigators recovered 8 knives from the Westcott property, along with partially burned clothing in the garden. The next morning, Ilminster Avenue was cordoned off and police began piecing together the events. Bloodstains marked the pavement where Mason and Max had been fatally attacked. CCTV footage from nearby homes and businesses proved invaluable, capturing the suspects' movements before and after the murders. Automatic number plate recognition technology quickly linked the white Audi Q2 to Anthony Snook. Forensic analysis of the burnt clothing and weapons provided conclusive evidence tying the group to the crime. By midday, police issued warrants for all the suspects. Snook was arrested at his home in Harcliffe, where the white Audi Q2 was parked outside. Bailey and Cody Westcott were arrested during a raid at the Westcott home, where officers also recovered the weapons. Jamie Ogborn and the two teenage suspects were arrested later that evening at separate locations. The trial began in November 2024 at Bristol Crown Court and lasted 6 weeks. The prosecution built a compelling case using CCTV footage, forensic evidence and testimonies to establish the group's actions that night. They argued that the attack was premeditated and driven by a desire for revenge. Key moments included the presentation of CCTV footage which graphically displayed the frantic chase and attack. The prosecution also highlighted the burnt clothing and 8 bladed articles recovered from the Westcott property, linking the group directly to the murders. The defence argued that the teenagers were heavily influenced by Bailey Westcott and Anthony Snook. They portrayed the younger defendants as impulsive and impressionable, caught up in a situation they didn't fully understand. However, the overwhelming evidence left little doubt about their culpability. On December 25, 2024, Judge Justice Maid delivered the sentences. Addressing the defendants, she stated, "This case is a tragic reminder of how postcode rivalries can lead to senseless violence. Mason, Rist and Max Dixon were innocent boys with their entire lives ahead of them. Their lives were taken due to your reckless and calculated actions." The sentences were as follows: Anthony Snook, 45, life imprisonment with a minimum term of 38 years. Bailey Westcott, 23, life imprisonment with a minimum term of 23 years. Cody Westcott, 17, life imprisonment with a minimum term of 23 years. Riley Tolliver, 18, life imprisonment with a minimum of 21 years. 16-year-old boy, life imprisonment with a minimum term of 18 years. 15-year-old boy, life imprisonment with a minimum of 15 years. Jamie Ogborn, 27, and Bailey Westcott, 5 years and 3 months for an assistant offender. The deaths of Mason and Max left the families devastated. Mason's mother now walks past the spot where her son fell every day. Max's family described him as a kind, bright young boy who loved spending time with friends. The loss remains a painful reminder of the tragic consequences of postcode rivalries. This case highlights the devastating impact of youth violence and postcode rivalries. Mason and Max were innocent, caught in a cycle they had no part in. Let their story be a reminder of the urgency to prevent such tragedies. If you found this story impactful, please like, comment and subscribe for more true crime stories. Together, let's work towards understanding and change.